My sister-in-law is obsessed with belittling my younger sister for returning her baby shower gifts after she lost her first baby, and when my sister had a second baby shower she claimed it was all an act and told her to stop begging for stuff. I, 47F, have a daughter, 25F. She is currently 26 weeks pregnant with her second child, a girl. Her first child was stillborn 2 years ago at 38 weeks, a little boy. When she lost him, she asked us to take apart the nursery before she got home and get rid of the baby equipment. She saved his baby book, his ultrasound photos, and the outfit she planned to bring him home in, along with a lock of his hair in a memory box. She'd had a baby shower for him when she was pregnant, but her grief around his death was so strong that she couldn't handle having the nursery and baby things. We offered to return the baby shower gifts to the givers, most kindly refused and asked us to donate the items. Except my husband's sister, Rachel. She made a huge deal out of my daughter being hysterical and constantly, loudly talked about how ridiculous it was to take apart the nursery. We kept her away from my daughter and only allowed her to return to family functions when she promised to stop bringing it up. We recently held a baby shower for my daughter's new baby girl. Rachel, along with the rest of my husband's female relatives, was invited. She kept making quiet remarks to everyone that we were tacky for having a baby shower for a second child, but since she didn't get near my daughter, I ignored it. When my daughter began opening gifts, it hit the fan. She loudly said, "If you hadn't torn Philip's nursery apart and gotten rid of everything, you wouldn't be here begging for presents for this baby." My daughter froze and just stared off into space. Tears started running down her face. I just said, "Rachel, please leave." She refused and started arguing with me. I took her present out of the pile, walked to the door, and threw it out. I yelled, "Get out, now." And my husband came into the room and asked what happened. His mom told him and he physically picked up his sister and put her down outside the door. Now the family is divided over whether I should have yelled at her to get out and thrown her present. Am I the jerk? Relevant comments. Not the jerk. If anything, you were overly generous by trying to ignore her cruel, thoughtless remarks prior to the final horrific outburst. Your daughter's welfare was your priority and must remain so. I can't imagine how heartbreaking the loss of her baby was, and to remind it of that so callously is unbelievable. Your Sil took a joyous occasion, one full of hope and promise, and poured acid all over it. Commenter: what is this woman's problem? Why was she so outraged by dismantling the nursery and returning the gifts in the first place? Has she always been such a batch? The remark about begging for more gifts sure says this is about more than the nursery and gifts. Is she jealous of your daughter? Update: we had a family meeting, without Rachel, while my daughters and their partners were away at Hot Springs this weekend. The meeting went well. My husband and I gave a brief summary of what happened, backed up by witnesses. The relatives that couldn't make the shower are now aware of what happened. The family consensus is that Rachel is unequivocally to blame and should not be allowed to be around my daughters or their kids. Other people in the family brought up issues they've had with her in the past along similar lines, especially involving pregnancy and kids. Rachel will no longer be included in large family gatherings. Those who want to continue a relationship with her will do so on their own, and have been informed that advocating for Rachel to be forgiven and included or feeding her information about me, my husband, or our kids and grandchildren will result in us going no contact with them as well. My mother-in-law has apologized profusely for making the remarks about being sad that she won't have both of her children under her roof for the holidays anymore. We have accepted her apology because her feelings are valid and this is sad for her. Thank you so much for all your support.